It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Vocation, and it's a collaboration with Brew York, and it's their Sweet Temptation Chocolate Caramel Stout, coming in at 6.6% ABV in a 440 milliliter can. I really like that kind of velvety, chocolatey look to the can with the gold writing. It looks real quality. It almost, without even opening the can, without even kind of knowing what the liquid's like inside, it's almost like you can kind of read by the can that it's going to be big, thick and bold and engine oil like opening the bottom of the sump on an engine, and that used engine oil kind of like gloops out of the bottom of the engine. Well, that's what I'm hoping for anyway. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. The beer is available in Morrison's. I actually picked this one up today. I went and bought some kidney beans and poppadoms, bananas, and I had a little cheeky look down the beer aisle. And that's why I'm so excited about beer like this landing in the supermarkets, is because you can get on with your daily shop and then nip down the beer aisle and pick something like this up. It does indeed look big, thick, viscous and bold. Look at that. 1 to 2 finger tan coloured head, jet black beer in the glass. Look at that. Slow moving carbonation. It looks like engine oil. My goodness me. It's fabulous. I mean, these new beers that have landed in Morrison's, this one was £3.50. Just, well, I mean, look at this. To the trained eye, to the untrained eye, that looks fantastic. Let's get the aroma. Wow. Oh my goodness me. Peanut, caramel, loads and loads of chocolate. It smells like, you know, like a fudge cake. Like you go into a restaurant and you have your big, kind of like big main meal, and then you think, oh, there's a bit of room for dessert there. And you order yourself something really rich and chocolatey with hot chocolate sauce dripping down the sides, and oh, salted caramel. Yeah, salted caramel. Chocolate caramel stout. I'm picking up a bit of salted caramel, yeah. It just smells like heaven. It smells like heaven. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. I've got to put that down. Stone the crows! Stone the crows! Whoa, that is... I'm looking out the window. I'm looking out the window and it's getting dark, and it's 7:45 in the night, and I can feel the nights drawing in, and all of a sudden we're flying into the autumn, and I'm just thinking to myself, what a perfect beer for the winter months. Oh, I can imagine this beer lighting its own fire, and I can imagine this beer sitting down by itself, reading its own newspaper, with a pipe in its mouth, and it's sitting there with the roaring flames, and oh my goodness me, what a terrific example. I'm thinking porter stout of a stout. I had porter in my head then for some reason. It's just thick, gloopy engine oil. Quite sweet, but there's enough bitterness right on the end to carry that sweetness, to balance off that sweetness a little bit. Touch of raisin on the back end, touch of plum, touch of prune, touch of fig, all your dark fruits. But make no mistake, this is all about the chocolate. This is all about the caramel. Chocolate, coffee, caramel, eh? My favourite saying when it comes to a dark beer like this. Oh my goodness me. That is the most velvety, chocolatey. And they pushed it close. They come up with something, I mean, any closer, and I think Galaxy would have something to say about that. But they've made that look velvety. I love that gold text. It's been brewed with malted barley, oats and lactose. So the lactose and the oats are giving it that big, thick, gloopy mouthfeel. You need a beer like this to be big and thick and bold. If you think of chocolate, when you got chocolate in the mouth, it kind of just sticks there and slips there, and it's got a nice mouthfeel, a creamy mouthfeel. If you think about coffee, same thing. You have a nice big long latte, which I like. I like a big latte. Yeah, very similar thing. It's big and fat and bold. And then of course, if you think about caramel, like a creamy kind of rich, sticky caramel. It's bold, it's thick, it's gloopy. So it's very important that the brewer gets that right. It's very, very important that they get that kind of velvetiness, that mouthfeel right. And by adding lactose and oats, you're almost certain to hit that. Almost certain to hit that. What a beer. Now, I absolutely loved some of the other beers that have launched into Morrison stores. I'm pretty sure Vocation or Brew York won't mind me mentioning them. The Northern Monk Imperial Stout with Lervig. The Norse Star, that was incredible for £4 a can. The Transient, the IPA, another fantastic beer from Northern Monk. What else do we do? We did the salt beer just yesterday. We did the salt beer, not the iCat, the other one. You'll see it on the channel. It's almost like the same colour as my t-shirt. Ironically enough. Salt Tram, that's it. That was incredible. And then to follow it up the next day, because it's been a bit of a staggered launch. You go into the Morrison stores and they may not have all the beers in yet. But what I found is if you go in every other day or every day, then you're going to find at least one or two more of these beers. Just amazing. This is just out of this world. This is a real luxury. I don't normally like overly sweet beer. I don't normally like overly sweet beer, so I'm very surprised I'm liking this as much as I am. If you've got a sweet tooth, and if you like a little bit of luxury in your glass, then this beer is for you. This beer is for you. It's absolutely terrific. Right, what do they say about the beer? With sweet notes of chocolate and caramel, this silky smooth, rich and seductive stout is impossible to resist. Vocation, just smashing it out the park at the moment. They're making some amazing beer. I remember when they started, what did they say? They were producing little 330 milliliter cans. And they just kept on getting better. They kept on getting better and better and better and better. And it all started with the blueberry waffle stout that they launched into Tesco's, about 2 or 3 years ago now. I love that beer. Amazing, amazing beer. And they've just carried on that momentum. Carried on with that journey, that momentum. But they've worked with Brew York here. Another brewery I like. Another really good brewery I like, Brew York. Good ABV as well, 6.6% ABV. It's not too high. You know, you're not talking to yourself or thinking to yourself, ooh, do I open that? Is it a bit too high? And also, it's not too low. It's not like 4.6%. This would be ruined if it was 4.6%. Luckily, it's not. It's a nice ABV, 6.6% ABV. I'm ready to rate it. I imagine this is going to go down an absolute storm in the supermarket. I like that enough without a shadow of a doubt. Or as I said in that live feed the other day, where I had a bit too much to drink, without a shadow of a do, I like that enough to give it a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!